Yes, but once you've mastered it, you're free. We've grown reliant on Imperial tech, and we've made ourselves vulnerable. There's a growing list of things we've known and forgotten, things they've pushed us to forget. Things like freedom.
Andor is a show which I wasn't particularly that excited for. If you know me, Rogue One is far from my favourite Star Wars movie. In fact, I'd argue it's my least favourite. However, if you told me that my favourite show of the year and potentially favourite live-action Star Wars project since the 1980s would have been the show about Cassian Andor, I simply wouldn't have believed you. But this is an example of how good writing, plotting and integration of themes can come into play, because Andor is able to thrive expertly due to how well written it is. The main reason as to why this show works so well for me is because it's not ashamed of being political. It's not scared of showing out their characters and having ideology openly discussed in Star Wars. I'm going to give an example into why Andor is a show that just works so well for me, and it's all down to this guy. Nemik is a character who's very clever for Star Wars. He is, in effect, Space Karl Marx, a revolutionary who's writing a manifesto about how the working classes suffer under the oppression of the upper classes, most importantly losing individuality and freedom because of it. Does this sound familiar to you? This guy is definitely Star Wars Karl Marx, even down to the fact that he's writing a manifesto. The Communist Manifesto is easily the most talked about manifesto of all time and arguably the third most influential text ever written behind religious works such as the Bible and Quran. When you hear the word manifesto spoken, you probably go to Marx. Throughout the arc and the conversations he has with the title character, you can clearly see this Marxist enthused ideology interwoven throughout. However, the ultimate sign of this character being representative of liberalism against capitalism, tragically, is shown to us in his death. His character isn't shot in a weapons duel and he doesn't self-sacrifice in an epic and noble way. He gets crushed in a swift movement of a ship and is crippled and dies. The important thing here, however, is what's crushing him. This character, a Marxist stand-in and something that fully opposes capitalism, is crushed by a stack of money. The Empire's vast riches literally crushed this man to death, showing that even the most outspoken of Marxist and liberal figures can ultimately become silenced by the oppressive nature of the capitalist system. Nemik dies an unheroic death, crushed by a representative of everything that his character metaphorically stands against. However, there's a lot more to this character than that he's similar to Marx or a Marxist, and that's what makes his death something that's not just pointless. There allows this character that adds more to his importance. Primarily, I can say this because of his age.
The Empire has no moral boundaries. Why should we not take hold of every chance we can? Let them see how an insurgency adapts.
If we go off Nemik's actor's age, he's in his mid-20s. This is significantly young, and this youth is vital to what makes his character so important. The youth and the young always have that political fight within them that later diminishes with age, so making him the more optimistic figure, burning for a fight, makes him all the more effective. However, this is at its most important in terms of Cassian himself, as this influences his character. Cassian is not youthful. He's not got any fight left in him. He's doing it for the pay, yet Nemik, in his optimism, sees potential in him. The rebellious spirit of Nemik, we know from later installments, passes on into Andor. Cassian is handed the manifesto after Nemik dies, showing a metaphorical passing on of his ideas. The fight in Nemik lives on in Cassian, shown pretty much instantly in the prison arc. Here Cassian grows and nurtures a rebellious spirit and nature. And if you know Star Wars, you know how important Cassian becomes and how he helps in saving the whole galaxy by the time of A New Hope. Youthful and idealistic, potentially to a fault, Nemik is one of the most compelling characters, and the way he influences the lead of this show is told in such a clever way by Gilroy, which makes it even more compelling. I've enjoyed watching the course of this entire season and what it's shown and had to say about Star Wars, and I cannot wait to see what direction the finale takes us. If you're not watching Andor, do yourself a favour and watch it. Binge it if you can, because it's probably some of the best Star Wars we're ever going to get. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my insight into this character and show overall. Hope to do more videos in this style, just discussing topics or media that I'm currently invested in, if I have the time. So once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.